They destroyed 17 of my mailboxes, but the 18th changed everything. My security camera caught it all. A silver Cadillac, license plate, Lady B, reversing into my property with the driver cackling. For 6 months, our HOA president had terrorized my family, thinking she could drive us out of Willow Creek. But mailbox number 18 was different. What happened next was legal, brilliant, and left her precious car in a state that stunned the neighborhood. By day's end, the woman who'd made our lives hell was on her knees in my driveway, begging. This is the story of how a simple mailbox ended the reign of the most tyrannical HOA president ever. I'm James Carter, a retired Marine welder living in Willow Creek, Texas, with my 12-year-old daughter, Lily. We moved here after losing my wife, Sarah, hoping for a fresh start. But our first encounter with Barbara Hayes, the HOA president, set the tone. She didn't stroll up. She strutted, clipboard in hand, her gold HOA pin glinting like a warning. "Welcome to Willow Creek," she said, her voice cold as she eyed our moving truck like it was a crime scene. Lily whispered, "Dad, why is she staring at our stuff like that?" I patted her shoulder, hiding my unease. Barbara spent 30 minutes listing rules. Grass couldn't exceed 2.5 inches. Front doors had to be one of 16 approved beige or brown shades. Our light tan house paint, though compliant, earned a sneer. "It's technically allowed," she said, "but it's not refined. Consider repainting." I bit back a retort, recalling Sarah's advice to pick my battles. Then Barbara invited me to a select HOA dinner alone, no kids. Her lingering gaze made her intentions clear. I declined politely, citing Lily's school preparations. Her smile vanished, and the next morning, our mailbox lay in pieces, her Cadillac's brake lights glowing as she watched us from down the street. Lily gathered scattered mail, hands trembling. "Was that on purpose, Dad?" I wanted to shield her, but I couldn't lie. "Maybe not, sweetheart," I said, though I knew better. Our neighbor, Susan Miller, a sharp-eyed lawyer, confirmed my suspicions. "You turned down her dinner invite, didn't you?" she said, shaking her head. "The Wilsons lasted 3 months after saying no. The Browns, 6 weeks. Document everything." That night, Lily asked, "Are we safe here, Dad?" I quoted Sarah. "Bullies are broken people trying to break others. We won't let them." But a chilling note under my wiper, "This is just the start, Marine," proved this wasn't over. Barbara didn't stop. Mailbox 2 was smashed 3 days later, caught on camera as she backed into it repeatedly. The police called it a civil matter, suggesting I keep replacing mailboxes until she got bored. She didn't. Mailbox 3 fell to a stray delivery truck, 4 to an HOA mower accident. By Mailbox 5, Lily joked darkly about putting wheels on the next one, but her embarrassment at school kids teasing about our mailbox-less house got deep. By Mailbox 10, destroyed in a week of escalating attacks, I'd spent thousands. HOA fines piled up, $200 for grass 0.2 inches too long, $150 for trash cans out a minute early, $300 for my truck parked 1.2 inches over the line. Susan confirmed Barbara had written these obscure rules herself. The breaking point came with Mailbox 16. Barbara's Cadillac roared down the street, smashing it so hard pieces flew toward Lily at the bus stop. She jumped back, unharmed but shaken, as other kids stared. The bus driver, Dolores, chewed Barbara out, but she just smirked and drove off. That night, Lily didn't cry. Instead, she sketched a plan on graph paper. "What if we build a mailbox she can't destroy, Dad? You're a welder. I'm good at math. Let's fix this." Her eyes, so like Sarah's, burned with resolve. Mom wouldn't let her win. That was a 2 we're done playing defense. Our garage became a workshop. Lily, with her mother's brilliance, calculated Barbara's impacts averaged 25 miles per hour, peaking at 40, requiring a structure to withstand 36,000 pounds of force. She tracked attack patterns, weekdays 6 to 7:30 a.m., weekends after 9 o'clock. Susan joined us, bringing pizza and evidence of Barbara's fraud HOA funds misused for her car repairs, disguised as inspection vehicle maintenance. She'd been fleecing the community for years. Our project grew urgent. This wasn't just about a mailbox, but stopping a tyrant. We built the ultimate mailbox, a steel-plated, concrete-filled beast sunk 5 feet into an 800-pound foundation. Lily added pink daisies etched in bronzia, nod to Susan's garden Barbara once found in solar-powered LEDs, cameras, and a warning chime. Installation drew a crowd. Neighbors like old Mr. Jenkins brought lawn chairs, sensing a showdown. At 7 a.m., Barbara's Cadillac appeared. She circled, her face twisting with rage, then floored it at 40 miles per hour. The chime rang, and the crash was deafening. Car alarms blared, airbags deployed, and her car crumpled like foil. Our mailbox stood firm, barely scratched. The crowd erupted in cheers, and the mailman, stunned, said, "In 40 years, I've never seen a mailbox win a fight like that." The viral video titled "Legendary Mailbox Crushes HOA Tyrant" exploded online. Barbara, undeterred, called an emergency HOA meeting, claiming our mailbox was a vehicular trap. But the tide had turned. At the packed community center, neighbors shared stories of her tyranny. Fines for flag brackets, wrong-colored trim. Susan dropped a bombshell, presenting receipts proving Barbara embezzled $125,000, funding spa trips, and a Hawaii conference. Then Inspector Harris from the state HOA Oversight Committee arrived, revealing her scheme of fake fines and pocketed cash. As police handcuffed her, Barbara screamed, "This is his fault. If he'd just come to dinner." I replied, "Loneliness doesn't justify hurting others. You could have led with kindness." She laughed bitterly. "Kindness gets you nothing. Fear gets control." Susan countered, "Fear gets compliance. Integrity earns respect." Barbara got 2 years probation and community service, her power gone. I was elected HOA president, slashing her petty rules. Willow Creek bloomed with colorful mailboxes and holiday decorations. Our mailbox became a tourist attraction, adorned with knitted cozies and painted rocks. Lily sold mini replicas, donating proceeds to the community. Susan became family, joining us for breakfast and helping build a community garden. A letter from Barbara arrived, pinned from a senior care facility. "I see now what loneliness really is," she wrote. "I chose control and lost everything." Lily insisted we reply, describing Willow Creek's transformation and including a replica photo. Forgiveness was for us, not her. 6 months later, Willow Creek was unrecognizable, warm, vibrant, free. Our mailbox, scarred but standing, symbolized resilience. At the Willow Creek Festival, residents competed in a mailbox design contest, with Lily judging structural integrity. As I stood by our mailbox in the Texas dusk, neighbors laughing and kids playing, I realized Sarah would be proud. We'd turned a fight for mail into a stand for community. What do you think about standing up to bullies like Barbara? Have you faced injustice or petty tyranny in your life? Share your thoughts in the comments. Should we fight with brains like we did, or are there times when other approaches are needed? Your voice matters, so let's hear it.